Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's
love.
Hey everybody, welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Cray Cray. I'm Kim.
And I'm Kyle. And Jake, why do you have a box of tissues by your bed?
It's for if, you need to do stuff with your nose or intimacy or you need to rub my jizz off of your boobie.
They're for my butt plugs. It's for my butt. Woo! Tickle me, culo. Tickle me, culo. Chica!
Que lindo. Azul butt plugs.
The ass can grow, but you need a box of tissues around just in case.
Why did she have a problem with the tissues? I think that's a very normal thing.
Of all the things, I have allergies. You go through a box of tissues every day.
I have tissues right here because I'm getting over a cold.
Oh, Kim.
Why do you have tissues? I feel like she may not be in the best frame of mind. That's that's where I am kind of with her. Yeah.
Rough to watch.
Well,
I liked Razvan like 20 times more than I thought I would.
I think this guy's actually earnest. I may completely regret this by the end of the season.
I will.
I don't know.
You should know. Boy, Matt Sharp's still doing a number on you.
Amazing.
Well, I'm a terrible judge of character.
The powers of the
why.
edit.
Terrible.
It could be the edit. Here's why.
No, you're wrong.
The friend said, I'm worried that this Amanda may break his heart. So I don't know if the friend would say that if she hadn't seen it happen before. I don't know.
That's true.
If you suction cup your iPhone to a public installation in public to do a shirt unbuttoning TikTok, you're the lowest form of life on the planet.
That is cynical
money.
but fair.
I can't believe it because usually you're the one to say this, but I agree with Kyle.
I am kind of digmatized by him.
I am too. I'm surprised.
So like you're like Amanda.
Exactly.
Except Amanda's not digmatized right now. She's sad.
I wasn't widowed a year ago.
Sadly, Amanda is not digmatized. I mean, maybe on some level I feel like she's Jesus-matized. She feels like this guy is what God has given her she wants a savior. And this guy is a savior to take away all her pain from not processing that her husband died from cancer.
So question.
She'll see God being fucked by that Romanian dick. That's what I'll tell her.
Jesus. Wow. I'm already sad.
We had a question last episode that I don't feel like it's answered. You guys seem to think very clearly that the box literally contains the remains of that man.
There's no other option. It is 100% full of ashes. His ashes.
I wasn't sure about it. I kind of felt like it had to, like, maybe this is just to preserve my own sanity, but I felt like it had to be some just kind of symbolic totem because how could you take that to the airport whilst you are about to travel on your bang trip?
You mean the fact that Daddy's box was riding bitch in the back of the Honda Accord?
Yes. On the way to the Jizz Festival that's about to happen in Bucharest.
Here's how you know. Here's
The
how you know.
Bucharesti Bang.
One of my friends who came to visit me this week, we were watching 90 Day and talking about it. And she said that she had a friend that type of box the same, but there's this special process they do where they seal the box. So it's actually the ashes are sealed within the box. And you can take that.
Wow.
You can, as far as flying, you can get like special letters. And who was it? Somebody I knew. I can't believe I'm saying somebody I knew, but maybe I watched it on a reality show. Did we watch it with someone?
You're like, wait, reality show or someone I know in real life?
Did we know someone who put their ashes in they put ashes in like a cup of like Metamucil or something like that to take their ashes?
I don't think we know anyone like that.
I know someone who did that, and they stopped.
I think that's Oklahoma.
And they said why? They said it was a can of Metamucil, and they said you can't bring the Metamucil, and they said, well, it's my daddy's ashes, and so
I think that's someone you knew from Oklahoma.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Are you sure? I feel like it's a reality show.
I'll tell you why I know it's ashes. Because the box has an actual heft to it. You actually watched her pick it up and struggle with her spindly arms. With her, because
it is made out of wood, though. But yeah, I think it's. Yeah,
I promise you, there are ashes in that box belonging to her dead husband. I don't think all of them.
Beauty come out of ashes.
But it is the darkest thing I've ever seen to start the season. Of the same thing. And forgive us of our many sins, Mama, and bless Mama and Papa, rest in peace. Can we sleep with Daddy's box in the room? Sure, children. Let me go talk to my Romanian boy toy who's probably going to start an OnlyFans soon.
Oh,
it is the darkest thing we've ever fucking seen.
Hey, it's no porn, Carney. It's
porn,
no porn,
Carney.
It's no porn.
And on that note, we should introduce Matt and Jake, who are here from Reality Case. Welcome.
Well, we just raw dogged you. Sorry.
Hi, everybody. I'm Matt.
That's how it always
Another
goes.
one's Poodle.
And
Jake.
I'm Jake, a.k.a. Poodle. Hi, we're Reality Gays.
I think
and we
everybody
are
knows
on
who
the
you are, but
large
just in
butt plug
case.
by now.
Yeah.
We're on I've had one in since this morning.
The
They
first
don't,
half of this podcast was on Reality Gaze, and now we're on the second half for episode 2 of season 6 of Before the 90 Days.
That you want.
4 tracks wasn't enough, was it, Kyle? Gotta have 5. Thank you. So
Thank you for having us. And and if you want to know if I need a butt plug or not, you can find that out on the first half on our feed.
We talked about it for 40 minutes.
We talked about it for a while.
I think you do. Yeah. Actually, you don't. It's just a hot dog down a hallway in that situation.
Woo!
Yeah. Hello.
Does anyone have a 57 Chevy here?
Yeah.
Because I need to come. The only way is going to be that 57 Chevy limited edition.
You're going to have to listen. Thank you for having us. And
You're welcome.
what a great season of B90. Can we at least a great start? I mean, it's tragic and sad, but man, but we had Toe, and then it almost makes us forget about Happily Ever After.
This was my favorite.
Oh,
this was
coming.
The previous season of Toe was my favorite since the first season. That
We agree.
I think so too. We loved it. Were you surprised it was over so fast?
Yes.
It you know what? It didn't drag on like all the other seasons did.
Yeah.
And I still would watch a whole spinoff of Jen and Rishi just because I found it so fucking compelling.
We
didn't
said that they were the best couple on the season. And
Totally.
I think it just felt short and not dragging on because we just came off of a 4-part fucking HEA behind the scenes, no limits extravaganza, tell-all magical experience.
No limits.
Wow, waste your time.
That's right. Yo, and I have a porn in my collection called No Limits.
No.
Wow.
Vague title.
Jake, remember, it's their show, not ours.
That's true.
Could talk about whatever you want.
You know what? Whatever show I'm on, I'm going to talk about what I feel, sadly.
Are you guys watching? Oh, go ahead, Kyle.
No. Continue. I'm just. Oh, Jesus.
I was gonna ask if you've been watching Dick Me Abroad or Love in Paradise in the 90
Dick
days.
Me Abroad, we haven't been. It's a choice for our bi-curious, but we have been watching Love in Paradise. I think we've been having fun shows, but I think this season we to me this has been like people who would have never been accepted to 90 Day Fiancé, like Cow Patty and Juan.
Oh
That's
my
what we
God.
call her.
We call him Juan Hanks because I think he looks like Tom Hanks.
I don't see it, and I never have.
Honey, it's Juan Hanks. Kids, I don't eat my food. Kids, don't you want to eat the chicken head? It's a chicken head. I'm Juan Hanks.
When you have to say I'm Juan Hanks, it's not a good impression.
It's a very good Tom. A lot of people like my Tom Hanks impression.
Oh my God. So, question. How long do you think Juan will stay in Torrington if he ever gets there? 2 weeks or 2 months?
I can't imagine. I think this woman must share custody with her husband, which is why she has to be there.
Yes.
And I think that they need to somehow move to a bigger city for him. I think, and this is what I really believe, I think it's fraudacity that if it's not fraudacity, she's being extremely cruel, that she wants him to quit his cruise ship job. I think that may still be, I think she may be okay with him still doing it. Do y'all believe the alleged cheating plot?
I think he's slamming ass all over the cruise ship. Have you seen the guy? Yeah.
You know what? I agree. I don't know if you go back and watch. There's a moment where Megan, or with the one with the Simba tattoo on her neck, or
Wait,
Megan.
did you agree? Because you said that you felt like he didn't on our show. What changed?
Well, here's the thing. I think I changed because I watched him again, and he kind of gets really cold. And there's this moment where he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. I made no mistakes. And it kind of gets American Psycho-y.
Ooh, I can see that.
But weirdly, I think he just needed to do it for the camera. That's another option. But I think he went on excursions with her family. We've asked people who worked on the cruise ship, our listeners. They've said usually that's when you fucking. So who knows?
So wait, you're saying that he, as an added service, went on day trips with people?
Yes, and also plundered her booty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. You kind of convinced me because, I mean, Tom Hanks was a villain in Road to Perdition, so he can be a bad guy. It can happen. Juan Hanks could be it.
That man has range. I don't
mean,
know if he's a bankable actor, but range, definitely.
I don't know.
I will say, we feel like we don't know. Sometimes we think Carlentine is fraudacity, and then sometimes we don't because Carlos is just that fucking dramatic. So do y'all think that they're still going to get back together and get married before the end of this season?
No,
we don't think they're going to get married.
Kind of done.
So,
yeah.
But my question for you was, where do you fall on the inviting the friend to the wedding drama?
Michelle, who we've never met still. Where is she?
I think we're supposed to meet her next week.
Yes. Yeah.
I think
this week when this airs, it'll be this week.
I think if you told me that this woman who you had kind of had a crush on, and although you had never been intimate, is going to come to your wedding, I would say no, and we get another veto. Or I would actually go veto for veto, and say if he wanted to veto someone, I would go, well, then how about I don't want this person coming? That's how I handle conflict resolution in my relationships. Tit for tat.
That's true.
Yeah,
get ready to compromise with Poodle.
Exactly.
He's never just going to give it to you. You're going to have to give up some skin.
If I roll over, you're going to give something up.
The way it is.
So does it change your thinking? So Kim and I were very much on the side of, if it's your wedding and you don't want someone to be there, then they don't get to come. Like, sorry,
they don't get to come. I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
And I always wonder, like, with it makes it even worse to me that he tried to get with her and she rejected him, and then immediately started banging Valentine.
Yeah,
Valentine is right. I think Valentine is so. I mean, again, I'm starting to like him. Well, I kind of have a crush on him now that he had.
Yeah, you can't be impartial.
So also one of our
the hair situation is resolved.
The hair situation's better.
Also,
and then
y'all, big news, huge. One of our listeners got propositioned by Valentine on Grindr.
Oh,
so
and
they're
they
obviously
recently.
Yes,
and
they sent us the pictures,
and they sent us the dick pic that he sent.
Oh shit!
Trust me.
Oh no!
His body is snatched and his penis is massive. Like, we're talking Johan and Danielle penis level.
You heard it here first.
Worth it.
It is, and I joined that OnlyFans of Johan to see how big that was too.
And we wrote it off. We wrote it off.
I did. I did. I told my accountant. I said, "This is on the business card."
Off.
Well,
what
Kim,
category does that fall into? Market research?
It went right into Danielle's pocketbook.
Kim's husband does some of our finances sometimes. Kim, can you please ask him if I can sign up for Lexi's OnlyFans?
Yes, you can. You can. It's research. Research.
Okay,
that's what I put it under.
You know
Awesome.
what? I think you actually could do that, Kyle, because that is indeed research for your business.
Deep research.
Yes. Research.
We would have to ask your wife as well, unfortunately, for that one.
No,
you don't know me.
She's not involved in those issues of the business.
No,
she's not involved.
Oh man,
know.
We have a clear separation, you know.
And all the rest are forgettable, like Grandpa
I can't even
and
think
Anna.
Of another one.
Yeah, Pop, and the Everton and Jordan, who
so fake.
It's the
I
fakest
never
thing ever.
say that.
I
never say that.
It's real fake.
And
it's so bad.
April and Valentine, who I don't know why anyone would think that we would like April.
Why is she on this show? She's
why
rich,
the fuck did she apply to be on the show?
Yeah,
and then she gets
no
like
sense.
third tier, and she's still doing it. I don't understand the motivation.
I feel bad because I really like Love in Paradise. The first 2 seasons were probably my favorite 90-day iteration, and I sold everybody on it. And I feel like all these people now are like, "What the fuck?" Maddie was talking.
You're right. You let everyone down. You're right. I'm sorry you did that.
Yeah.
Better not happen with 90 Day UK because the first season was so fucking good.
Don't take that from me.
No matter what, I have this. Go ahead. Sorry.
Katie and Alejandro are on it again.
They are no. Katie and Alejandro.
Alejandro, yes.
Do you follow her on Instagram?
It's too much. It's too positive.
So annoying. She just does this like dance over and over and over and over again. That's it. And it's bad.
Well, her whole shtick is follow me on my fitness journey. And I was like, I've seen it in one frame. Done. Boom.
I know. They're awful. And they're in the UK now. So we're just going to see how miserable he is because he's cold.
Just cold and rainy.
It's very, very cold.
Sucks. Yes. Anyway, well.
But her nan will make pork growlers for him.
All the food he's going to eat from here on out is going to be beige.
Yep.
Covered in gravy.
Sad. Oh, yeah. Various shades of beige. So we talked about Gino and Jasmine and Riley. So we're going to cover, who are we talking? We have all the sadness. All the sadness.
Yeah, I think you guys did get all this, but I think we can still make fun of it because I know you guys are tiptoeing around Daddy's box, but we completely went in on it.
We couldn't decide last week. We're like, can we make fun of this?
Yes.
Kyle's like, I don't know. And so I had
Daddy's
to ask Matt. I
box was hard when I was crying. Daddy's box fat in the back of the Honda Accord.
I did say if your children are white knuckling your husband's ashes on the way to the airport, you may
want to turn around the Civic.
You may want to turn around the Civic.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Razvan so much more than I thought I would. In that
I did too.
showering scene, I was like, oh.
Okay, that was either a woman camera person or a fag doing that, because no one's gonna explore a man's body like that.
It was an up and down. It was an up and down. I felt like is this on Netflix now? What am I watching?
I watch this normally at like 1.5 speed because we have to watch everything. I put that on normal slow speed.
I went to 0.5. I didn't want it to end.
He is not my type at all, but I was like finding myself thinking, what's so
He's everyone's
he's so
type.
charming.
But I agree with Kyle.
So
I don't
cute?
trust him. I don't trust. There's going to be more to this guy.
There's weird. He has. I will
He's
say,
literally an actor.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wrote. I wrote down in my notes. He is literally an actor, and he's probably a good actor.
Okay,
you know what? And
come on.
I'm not a good one. I'm not a good one to talk to about this because I fucked and dated a lot of actors until I stopped. Whoa.
I don't know. I was just like really shook as well. Amanda is so uncomfortable.
Oh, because she's still in the throes of extreme grief.
It's like palpable when before she even sees him at the airport. I'm like, oh, she's spiraling, and she won't even let his tongue in her mouth. It's like really bad.
No. I was uncomfortable as soon as they saw each other. I went, uh-oh, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Uh-oh.
You can tell instantly. Absolutely instantly. That
we
something is
kind of
off
get more of a time
in
frame.
her.
We didn't really get a very good time frame, but when Razvan was talking to his friend Deanna, and he says
friend.
Like they've only
Well, he's been inside her on camera.
Oh yeah,
had to. What probably happened, what it feels like to me is she wanted to be with him and she wanted to date him, or they fucked around once and now they're just friends. Because you don't look like that and have friends, female friends who look like that. You never even thought about messing around.
You see the very explicit contact that she made with him when they met up?
Yeah,
pretty clear.
No.
Yeah.
She's jealous of Amanda too. She was like, why are you so obsessed with her?
Why her?
Yeah.
Why is she special?
Why not me and my multiple tattoos and piercings?
3 words. USA. There you go.
Right.
That's why. That's right.
Right.
Yeah. It's not good.
How do you know USA and Romania? How do you know that in Romanian?
This guy is like filming TikTok lives out in public.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful. I actually didn't know that you could exchange TikTok roses for cash. And so what that means, I didn't realize when Amanda last week said that she sent him a rose on TikTok, she's literally like Venmo tipping him.
It is, and it feels
kind of like it's like an OnlyFans tip.
It's not sex work, but it's adjacent. in a way.
Yeah,
it is, because he says I make more money whenever I'm flirty in my videos, and 70% of his followers are women, and then just gay men.
Ain't nothing wrong with sex work, y'all. Get it while you can and do it, but it does feel adjacent to that and less lovey. So,
does he sit on cakes? Is what I want to know.
I still say, why ruin a cake? That really bothers me.
He's not far from it.
He's making $2,000 a month, he says, on TikTok, which is twice the average like monthly salary in Romania. I looked it up. Yeah. So,
and that's I can imagine that's a side gig for him. That's not his primary.
No.
Well, maybe it's his primary income, but he's got he's got other things coming in.
He said you can't make any money though as an actor in Romania. So like, what? I don't know. I'm not judging him.
I'm judging him, but
if I look like that,
not making money. Just
if I look like that,
judgment.
I would never wear a shirt and be on camera as much as possible.
I'd be naked right. I gotta say though, and I might get flack for this, but whatever. It's on your show, so maybe they won't come for me. But I have way less sympathy. I judge her actually way more. I know that like she's experienced this trauma and it was horrible, but there's just this part of me that I'm like,
baby, what are you doing?
People have shitty things that happen to them in life, and being an adult is like, I feel like she's doing such a disservice to her children.
4 months.
I think
she's known.
Yeah, that's what I was talking there. We finally get the timeline. They've only been dating someone 4 months, and you're going to go over their 3 weeks to possibly get engaged. Like, this is some fucking Nicole and Asin bad parenting level shit.
It's
It's objectively bad, and I think the only reason why we judge her less harshly than Nicole is because of the grieving element. But in terms of the actual impact to the kids, it might actually be even worse.
Yes.
Because there's a profound confusion factor that's going to play into this. But the reality is it's never gonna really come to pass. He's never getting here. They're gonna break up in Romania.
She's like doing stepdaddy interview too. She's like, this could be the man in the life. I'm like, really?
And she's crying when she's thinking about it. I'm like, oh.
She says, God has given me this chance to find happiness again. And as we said on our show last week, God wants you to go to therapy. God wants you to go to grief counseling, not go to God about this. God's not going to give you a fucking stepdad. Do some work. On yourself. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean,
she's emotionally stunted.
I have nothing but tough love for her.
Well, right. Yeah. I mean, her personality, she reminds me of people on Love After Lockup that went into prison at age 17 and now they're getting out at age 31.
Yes, that is exactly how she
was 19 and her husband was 33 when they met. So she's been dating him.
He's always taking care of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think before that, her sister took care of her because her older sister with the bad eyeliner,
the one who looks like Kristen Stewart, who stayed in Ohio, as I said.
Yeah, her emotional development only came in the context of her husband, right?
Yeah,
and it was in. Just like, I mean, it's one of the reasons why everyone says don't get married until, you're 30.
Yes.
Because your emotional growth is only within that relationship context from then out. And if it doesn't work out, you're still that emotional age almost. Unless you have a very, very interesting and open communication marriage.
But no, it's but
if you're like on queer love, maybe not.
Maybe
not.
Then you talk about everything,
everything over and over
every
and
minute.
over.
Yeah,
and you have to say about talking about boundaries and hell. Are you my hell? Yes.
I don't feel safe with 1-ply toilet paper. Okay, got it.
Got it. This isn't a hell yes for her. I think this is a heaven yes. I think on top of this is evangelical, shame about sex, shame about the guilt of losing.
100%.
I mean, I know she left him in Ohio, but she might as well have brought them prayer blankets on top of those kids with her and just shrouded herself in it.
Speaking of evangelical shame, y'all, Pat Robertson died today.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride. That fucker's dead.
And as Sean Robinson says, we wish you the very best.
We're going to have to leave this here, Pat. If y'all have a problem with that, you can send your messages to Reality Gaze podcast on Instagram. We would love to talk to you about that.
Send it to me for a good laugh. I mean, the world is a better place today.
It is. Don't send them to me. I won't read them. So
yeah,
I have 700 reasons why I'm glad he's gone.
He was a horrible, hateful man. And again, if my mother told me not to speak ill of the dead, so I think we should move on.
Was anybody surprised that Razvan was married 3 years ago for only 6 months?
No, not at all. Because I will say, I think this guy, I want to know more about his. I want to know more about his ex-wife.
Me too. Was she American? Was she Romanian?
He
proposed after
did they
1
meet
month
on set?
Yes.
Or even worse, was she foreign?
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
was she like British or
Yes.
Yeah, did they actually even fucking meet in person? Because he blamed jealousy of his career.
Yeah.
Are they setting up a parallel with Amanda?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
She's already jealous. I mean,
yeah.
It's kind of absurd.
Wait, they must have met if they were married, but did they ever actually live together? Did they go did they go to fucking Turkey for a weekend?
I was just about to reference, I can't remember her, Emma, and Hussein from Iran.
God, I will never forget him answering his phone during that wedding ceremony. I will never forget it.
I hope they come back. They probably won't, but I would love it.
It's my mom. Come on.
A boy's best friend is his mother, especially a straight boy. Definitely.
Oh man, I don't know. I need to know. We're never going to meet the ex-wife, are we? We'll have to look for it on TikTok.
I don't think we will.
Yeah,
we'll have to find out who it was.
We have a listener. We call her Mary Sissy Detective, and she always does deep dives.
She's like a Reddit sleuth. She'll find him.
Yeah, she'll find out.
Good. I mean, it was so unsettling seeing her like Amanda so uncomfortable, and I didn't even know she was going to try. She leans in to kiss him, but there's no tongue. She will not make out with him.
She has of the attraction, she can't. She's covering her face whenever he's with his underwear. Like it's not at all. Yeah. But it made me feel pedophilic. Like he was like a man with a child, because the way she acted, it just skeezed me out.
One of the things is you can tell her head is telling her that she's romantically interested, and her body is not there. And when she kisses him, you can tell she is literally like her body is recoiling.
I actually wonder if it's the opposite, because
her body wants to kiss. That's a good option.
Because it seems like the next morning in the preview, he's talking about how she was super horny, but didn't kind of cross the Rubicon there.
Look, it's all shame. It's all shame about the ex, and also I guarantee you evangelical shame about her body, sex. Because look, game recognizes game. I've gone to bed by a man and said I wouldn't do anything because I want Jesus to love me. And the next thing you know, at 3 a.m., I'm doing poppers and taking 2 dicks. And then at 7 a.m., I'm leaving back to my dorm room and I'm saying the Lord's Prayer with my Catholic rosary. Been there, done it, and I got the STI to prove it.
Your Catholic rosary and your bedside tissue box.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, she's so mean. She's like, "What's all this stuff on your sink? Where am I supposed to put my brush?" It's like,
do you think that do you think that the anger is like a projection of what this sinful man is about to do to me?
Yes.
It's that, and she's trying to pick a fight. She's trying to find something wrong.
I also think she's also a spoiled princess. I think she was very spoiled, and
we're neither of us are fans of her. I don't know if you noticed that.
I'm not a fan. I just think that she. But I agree with you.
Show.
I agree with you, Kyle. I want to know.
Show.
Yeah, I want to know who his ex-wife is. I need it because I think Poodle and Kim are going to find it. I guarantee you it was an American, and then you're going to go, ooh.
There's just something about him that feels genuine to me. And I'm probably wrong, but I get that feeling.
I'm a terrible judge of character, but he feels like warm and cozy to me.
So are we.
I would get like so scammed so easily. Ugh. Anyway.
I mean, I'm just saying.
When I was young, I was scammed, and now I'm the scammer.
Yeah,
he's the one talking to Tyray.
You knocked Modesto, Poodle, but I've driven at 4 a.m. to pick you up from Modesto because of a judge of character.
Maybe only friends know.
I don't know.
You're never going to get the key to the city of Modesto, Kyle.
Or all of the South, or Ohio, or Texas, or Oklahoma. Yeah.
Just every state.
I come pretty hard for Ohio. So, yeah.
And you came pretty hard in Ohio because you fucked a lot of guys in Columbus.
So, were you surprised that Razvan's like apartment was so nice and modern? Like he has a car. This is just like things the majority of the cast do not have. It's like a nice car, a nice modern downtown apartment. He says he lives in the best part of the city. I mean, half of the apartment is set up like a freaking porn studio, but whatever.
And I want to ask you that you like him so much. What other person from before the 90 Day? What other cast member from before the 90 Day had a setup like this?
Thomas?
No,
maybe?
close. Jesse of Darcy and Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh, that cut deep.
Right?
Yikes!
Woof.
I'm shook.
But I always got creep vibes from Jesse.
True.
Never.
Yeah,
true.
me too.
But that's what it reminded me of. Everything needs to look perfect.
He has disposable income that
In Romania, especially.
I think that he just blows it on whatever for status, and it also feeds back in to the TikTok clout. It's very Andrew Tate.
It's just
God, who is
dark.
Awful.
That's dark.
I took a real stance there.
It's
Don't you love that people?
Sometimes, y'all, you got to stick your neck out.
Yeah,
sometimes you got to stick your neck out and say how you feel.
Love that people come here for entertainment and positivity.
Regardless of the how it may reflect on me.
Yeah. I also do not care for Mr. Tate.
Thank you, Kyle, for supporting me. What a take.
I am an ally.
I don't even know who that is. So there we go.
Awful person on the internet. Yeah.
I know vaguely who he is, and
not
I
familiar.
Want to investigate more. Oh,
yeah.
Her kids too. Amanda's kids, like obviously, like understand what's going on. She's like, they just think he's a friend, and when she's on the FaceTime with him, they automatically like immediately ask about his bedroom, which is
show me your bed, Mom.
You guys fucking? I saw the tissues.
Yeah, Riley gets off the phone and asks his Aunt Teresa, "Is Mommy a whore?"
I think my favorite is it's Junior, and because I didn't know that was his name, I thought his name was like JR, and someone went, "No, they called him Junior." I was like, that washed over me because I'm like, it's almost like the spirit of the father needs to say, "Mommy, are you gonna be in his bed?" It's just so fucking dark.
Yeah.
Mommy, are you going to do a porn with him? It's not porn.
It's not porn.
I don't know. Anything else about these? I just...
No, we got to move on. Jesus.
All right.
She really unsettles me.
Yeah.
The whole... I don't... To me, I think that maybe it is her, but to me, it's more the entire storyline as a whole. Is disturbing.
There's something about starting with saying your prayers in bed with those children that's so fucking gothic.
We've got to move on. I'm going to put a gun to my head. We got to talk. I'm like just...
The next episode with this woman that's going to Israel, that looks even
she's a
worse.
Fucking nut.
I can't wait for that.
Oh, she's Catholic as well.
One bread, one party.
Yo, the Catholics love when he sings Catholic bangers.
They do. They love it.
Sing to the mountain, sing to the sea.
There's only like 4 of them.
Yahweh, I know you are near.
I was going to say that the second one sounded like a sea shanty.
It is.
Raise your voices, lift your heart. This is the day the Lord has made. Let all the earth rejoice.
There you go.
This is the kind of talent you never hear on 90 Day Fiancé, Cray Cray.
That's what I have to deal with consistently. Catholic songs.
We have 3 sound effects. That's what we have.
Well, Well, speaking of Christian, a guy named Christian is catfishing Tyray. And,
Whoa! What a segue.
Great
Video.
segue.
But Tyray is saying, but you're telling me there's a chance.
But is there a But I'm not ready to let go of this connection.
It's all a misunderstanding.
Show me love addict codependency.
Ding!
Terrible.
Guys,
Terrible.
he went to Barbados last year during COVID.
That was some Caesar shit, right?
Yeah.
Was it
Oh.
Caesar or David and Lana? Was it Caesar who went to there, or was it David?
No, David went
twice.
14 times or something.
Remember Caesar had dinner with that waitress who like had to be nice to him because he was telling the waitress that he was there for his engagement?
Caesar went to Mexico.
Oh, Caesar went to Mexico.
Oh,
She was
that's
supposed
right.
to
Caesar
meet
went to
him.
Mexico.
She didn't meet him.
And then Andrew, what's his fuck? A kind dragon, but that was a different situation.
That's the thing with all of those
arrested.
people that you described, the person they were talking to actually was the pictures
That's
that
true.
they saw.
That's true.
This is different because
No, this is Yolanda and Williams. This
this is
Yeah.
This would
Yolanda
be
and
like
Williams.
if Yolanda went to London or something.
Yes, so we
Can
talk
you imagine that? There's Piccadilly Circus.
So we not
my stars.
familiar Piccadilly. But this is like Yolanda. This is what I was going to say. Everybody talks about Caesar. No, this is Yolanda because, but whereas Yolanda, you're like, oh, she's just so naive and silly. Tyray hasn't processed his father being murdered in a park and hasn't talked about an emotion
Ugh.
since.
It's so sad.
Daddy was murdered in a park.
There's
There's a man with a sweater on. That's us playing the ukulele.
So sad.
Only
just-
not
The
just
entire
playing the
first-
ukulele.
The entire first episode, we were tiptoeing around if we can make fun of people, and now we've
Let us
broken
do it.
through that. We've really
Yeah.
broke our hymen.
We don't give
really.
a fuck.
Let us
Yeah.
guide you.
And we did it
Let-
so gently.
Yes.
No, I just got to say, if you're going to be on television playing a ukulele, number one, learn more than one chord because that's not playing a ukulele. Number two, tune your motherfucking ukulele.
Oh,
That's all I need
bad.
to say.
It's bad.
I just was surprised that he was standing outside of Modesto.
Stop. Oh my God.
There's going to be a lawsuit for
Yeah.
slander filed against you by the citizens of Modesto.
Yeah.
So
we have
Where
never.
else can you buy cheap meth?
We were trying to think what happened last week, and we're just now catching up because on our reality game RG Plus, our Patreon Supercast, we're doing old up. Like we just watched the finale of Jay and Ashley, of Ashley finding out that
Oh.
Jay was on Tinder. So
Yeah.
so that's it. We're on that great, amazing season of season 6. But
The scooter. Yeah.
oh, the
great.
scooter, Natalie and the scooter. But has there ever been a time where a producer said to a cast person, we will not use any of this footage. We will.
Oh, not
Because
at
do you
all.
think they're worried
Never,
that possibly
never.
Tyray would kill himself? Is that to me is what I think they're worried about being suicidal.
So we had one of our Patreon members post a thread about this today, and it was a good theory, and it makes sense. Basically, the assertion was the reason that they told him in this way is because he's a man, and there was a talk show. So this is one of our long
That's what
I thought of.
you know her, Andrea
Jones.
Simpson. Andrea Simpson posted
Andrea
this
Simpson,
thread, and she was talking about how there was in the 90s there was a gay
Jenny
man
Jones.
that revealed his crush on a straight male friend, and the friend ended up killing him.
Yes.
And so the tinfoil is that they just didn't want they thought that it would go and that's why they didn't say anything to Yolanda, because she's not perceived as like a threat to anyone.
Right. I think
But
that's
why
fair.
is Tyray a threat? He's like the most mild mannered.
To himself.
I think they're
Probably.
worried about him being suicidal.
Oh,
Yeah.
He
yes,
could
yes,
snap,
yes.
so
Okay.
who knows? That's definitely on. We for on our show. Those conspiracy theories are usually. I usually embrace those, and with my conspiracy theory drag queen persona, tinfoil Hattie. So the tinfoil hattie.
She's always believes aliens are somewhere.
Your favorite conspiracy theory drag queen.
I need to ask
I'm more
Christian,
than willing
though.
to entertain the wildest conspiracy theory if it's relevant to reality TV.
Oh, Lord. I'm going to tag out.
I just wonder, like, for this Christian guy who's behind Carmella, because Tyray says he's only been sending 50 to 100 a month, and I do believe that because the guy just doesn't have money.
He doesn't have money.
He has it.
He's living on disability and caretaking.
Is it worth that level of communication for $50?
I don't know how many people Christian is doing this to. So maybe it's a really money making. He's chatting with them all the time.
That's
maybe they're using some type of like bot or just
as I was going to say, in 5 years, this is 100% just going to be chatbot driven, and they're never going to know if it's not already.
It's
Maria better be ahead of the curve here and already have ChatGPT implemented in her.
That's true.
Yeah.
I am not accountant.
Yes.
I am not human, literally, anymore.
One of the most shocking moments ever.
Thank God for his brother and sister. They seem like wonderful, wonderful siblings. But you can tell that Tyray, like, I don't know. I don't think there's anything neuro like atypical about. I think it's just trauma. But even when they like say, "Hey, bub, do you want us to hold your hand?" and he can't actually like even hold his sibling's hand. He's
emotionally
my
stunted
heart.
too. Yeah, he said they say Tyray's always kept everything in
since our father was murdered in the park when he was 4.
But also, do you think that their relationship has to be very strange, though? Because I think that he has some huge resentment for his siblings because he's the only one taking care of his mom.
Yeah.
And he made that pretty clear in the first episode.
Tyray is the one who really takes care of me.
So I kind of got I didn't have that reaction to the siblings that you did.
Maybe.
I got an icky feeling about it that,
didn't.
basically like his siblings seem to be never around to do any of the hard work of taking care of his mom and being emotionally available to him until the cameras are rolling. And then they put on this performative show of being these delightful people. Again, maybe I'm a cynical asshole, but I don't know.
Or
both things can be true, Kyle.
Yes.
Or I have a third theory. Or Tyray is the male version of Precious, and that mother's a monster and keeps him there, and Tyray can't break away from his domineering, abusive mother.
And you were the one that was against conspiracy theories 5 seconds ago.
It's not Tyray, it's Ty Precious.
Wow.
Ty Precious from the novel Bush by Sapphire.
We need a beat up Mariah Carey to come save this man.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Remember when everyone talked about how brave Mariah Carey was to show up looking like a, quote, social worker and Precious? How brave.
She still couldn't act. It was amazing.
She couldn't act. Oh, it's still bad.
So, like, one of the things that bothered me about the siblings is his sister literally pulls a fucking Vanessa and says, "I thought he was asexual." Like, I think that
was messed up.
That was shitty, and I think they say our brothers are really sweet. I think they look down on this guy.
Oh, they absolutely do.
I mean, at minimum, they just pity him.
Yeah.
To be honest, he's kind of a pitiable figure because of this whole cat. It's one thing to be catfish. It's another to be in such absurd denial about it.
I think that's it.
I think
it's
listen to the recording. Like, I'm like, play the recording. I want to hear Christian.
And he gets up and walks away, and he can't even like cry. He can't even. So I think it's yes and. I think it's probably hard to be his brother because after a while, you're just like, come on, dude, like get up and. Unless you're a therapist, you're thinking shit or get off the pot with your life. I don't know. This is sad. Fuck.
But they all. I mean, if you're Tyray,
where's that
you probably
57
think,
Chevy when you need it?
I
Hurry,
know.
make me feel, car. Where someone give me it's for me. It's not a Chevy. For me, it's a Dodge Caravan with wood siding. Where are you? Where are you? I need to feel.
Oh my God.
I just wonder if they all pooled their resources together, they could get some professional help and he could get a job and then he could contribute and live his life, but they don't. And so I think
they also don't give a shit about him. I think they're happy that he's taking care of the mom.
No, he's over there. He's taking care of a problem that gets off of their list.
Yeah. Even the mom said it, remember? The mom threw all the kids under the bus.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
we wish them the best.
I wish them the
I'm
best.
sad. Can we talk about David?
The only last thing I have to say is, like, when he goes to Barbados and she blames COVID, I feel like that would be a relevant excuse if it was done over video chat.
Yeah.
This, to me, Tyray is not living in reality at all. I know that's not
at all.
That's an understatement, but that's the
Not
fact
at all.
why they were on Snapchat. That's why when he tries to explain himself, he's like, I don't know. And so this person is so disassociated from his feelings, from the way it was all romanticized, and it was really comforting having this person Snapchatting them their boobs and other sexual things. But now things have come to roost, and the delusion has ended, and it's ugly.
It's so sad. Does he go to Barbados?
Yes, I think we do see on this season. You see him traveling, and again, this
Christian.
shows how.
Does he have an audible like Tariq?
I'm so fucking here for this. I just can't wait to watch it. I know that's terrible.
Yeah,
you're sick.
But yeah, but also this is why I make you watch shows like Smothered and Extreme Sisters. I love it. I love
that you make me watch those two shows.
It's that therapist in me where I love to see the dysfunction.
Smothered and Extreme Sisters. I can do you, me, and my ex. You, me. But even that's like lost all of its speed.
When the sister chewed her sister's toenail off, give me more of it. Give me more of it.
No,
sir. No, sir.
Kyle,
so,
that happened. A sister bit off her sister's hangnail.
That's awesome. You ready to talk about Red Rocket?
Red Rocket.
Wow. This guy.
Wow.
It's
red, it's fiery, it's angry. His penis.
It's yummy.
We're talking about. It's yummy. His eggplant.
Yeah.
He hasn't flown on an airplane in 18 years.
Oh,
I'm sure it sucks. I'm sure it's terrible.
When he made it clear, he's like, yeah, if there's a gate change, I just have to sit there and just wait for the some type of like gate agent. And I'm like, yeah, they really do everything by hearing. And I'm like, but it's not like you would know, because it's always like, you can just gate now move to C4 going to
Yeah, nobody ever gets. I get a text message when there's a gate change. I don't get. You think I can understand those announcements? Nobody gets a gate change information that way. Nobody.
Well, he's just an idiot.
He hasn't been to the airport in 18 years, so maybe I give him a little bit of leeway there.
Yeah, that's true.
He's still thinking you don't have to take your shoes off.
Right.
That's true.
Wow. Ugh. What'd you think about Sheila?
I liked her more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Me too.
She seems a lot more down to earth than your normal Hazel.
Right. She reminds me of the woman from the Philippines on UK, Christine.
Totally.
Yeah.
Who I really like.
That is who she reminded me of. Yeah.
Yeah. Kids seems to actually enjoy talking to her partner and have a genuine connection. This isn't a sex tourism thing.
Yeah.
So you think she's actually into David? It's not about just being in the U.S.
I think that she's
actually. I think that she's actually into him, and she feels very comforted by the fact that they will at some point share hearing loss together. Yeah. The story of her just jamming a broomstick into her fucking ear was insane.
I covered my mouth.
I couldn't. I was like, I had to close. I had to cover my eyes.
I mean, that made me think of the movie Pi, where my mom told me not to stare in the sun, so I did.
Look at Matt's face.
Now he's frozen on my screen.
No, he just wasn't moving because he was confused.
Why would you do that?
You haven't seen that movie? That's a great movie.
No. He stares my oh yeah, it's a great movie. He hasn't seen a lot of movies.
Why would you see?
I mean,
a lot of movies.
You know what movie I just saw for the first time last night, and it was really good.
This is not a recent movie.
Top Gun.
No, I watched for the first. Have y'all heard of that movie, Funny Girl? I watched it for the first time with Barbara Streisand. I think that Streisand's going to be a star.
How have you not seen that film?
I've never seen it before. I saw a play of it once, a musical, but I'd never actually seen the movie.
You need to give me your gay card.
That Omar Sharif is hot. He is hot.
I think he's going places.
Funny though, I watched it and I went, this movie really is about a woman who gives up everything for a narcissist who just wants to ride on her coattails.
Ding, ding.
And I looked up the real life story. He was a piece of shit and used her money forever.
He was horrible.
He was horrible.
I'm so sorry we just turned your podcast into a gay podcast by talking about Funny Girl.
At the end, when she sings My Men at the end and she's crying, and I finished the movie and I went, well, God, this is about codependency.
Well, the show only works because she's so good in the role. Anybody else, you kind of just feel sorry for her.
I was just sad. I thought, well, maybe Funny Lady's better. I guess there's a second one.
It is not.
Oh, well.
I haven't seen the second one, so
I think we've crossed too gay. So we're gonna seed it back to
let's bring it back.
We're gonna bring it back. I'm sorry.
Were you surprised at the damage to the house from the fire and the typhoon? Like this was no fucking bullshit, and this is why I trust anything she says, because Sheila was not fucking around about this fire. They don't have running water. They don't have barely electricity. She's like, but we have a toilet. I was like,
and the
that
toilet
does not look safe.
The toilet. She's like, and we have a toilet. And I went, this is not an American.
Rubbermaid.
Yes, this is not an American standard or a Kohler. This is a bucket.
This is very much a situation of fire, typhoon, the roof's broken, and then Tom's son rolled his car, and then Tom had to have eye surgery from like the housewives. It was like this long list of things that happens.
The roof is on fire.
It was
no roof.
He's going to stay in a hotel, right? So they can.
That's what I want to know. Where is he staying with her?
I know. It's like when
seems
you fucking.
Like he is staying.
Wow.
And we'll see how he's. I don't think he'll be a big Ed about it the way Ed was, because he's not that person.
No one's ever going to be that. No one will be like that.
But so our producer, Christina, she's from the Philippines, and she talks a lot about how the reason why I think she's in love with him too is because, sorry, my ass is backing up. I don't know if you can hear it beeping in the background. Just it smells a big uncut dick.
Wide load.
Yeah, it's just immediately sorry, I can't control it. It's like Jasmine. Yes, get my culo. Oh, yes, entra my culo.
First, stimulate the area.
Please. It is funny how playing the role of Jasmine, I've been with so many Latin men, I don't have to search for terms of how to talk about nasty butt sex in Spanish. It's a few things I know. But anyway, what were you saying?
Please get to the point.
What you talked about. This woman, the fact that this woman has a kid, the fact that she's hearing impaired, like I'm not going to speak for the whole country because I'm a white American, grew up in Oklahoma.
Her options are limited.
But yes, just from what I know from watching this show and talking to friends.
It's the Hazel issue.
Yes, options are limited. So I think that this is both Probably out of any of the couples on 90 Day, before the 90 Day, these are the ones that both feel like you are my best shot for love and life.
It's the Venn diagram is actually two circles on top of each other. I need a better life for my son, and this is the best thing that's going to happen.
Very much like I forget the guy I forget his name, but he looks like an orc in Lord of the Rings, and the other woman from 90 Day UK.
I can't remember.
Richard?
I can't remember.
Richard, yes. Richard.
I don't think he's that ugly.
King
like
Richard?
an orc.
It's not that he's ugly. He just, his face,
it's his personality.
And everything,
his personality.
Yes. And he just, you know how some people, you look at them and you know they smell like just wet clothes.
Yeah.
And cheese.
Cheese. I think those two people are extremely quirky. And I think they found each other because both of them really don't belong in their societies.
That's what I'm saying. I think this is very same. The Venn diagram like interlaps for both of these.
Yeah.
I don't know. That he doesn't have a ton of money, so
that's true. I'm going to say something controversial. I think they may have the best chance this season.
That's what we said. Kyle and I think they're going to be the success story of the season.
I agree.
Yeah, I think they're going to have all the drama.
God,
I
do too.
I think they're going to be the success story, but I'm concerned as a viewer because what I don't find entertaining the communication issues unless there is a really poorly working translator app involved. I just feel like it's going to be really boring and hard to watch, and it's just going to drag on, and it's not going to be that fun.
Heavy. It's going to be heavy.
The only thing that could help is a lot of times when people don't speak, and like Scott and Lydia and
I was just going to talk about them. I found it so boring. It's awful.
What's different though is that David is always used to pausing and having to read a sentence and someone else having to read. That's the way he communicates full stop with people that don't know ASL. So I think it might be slow, but it's not going to be a hindrance to him. I think it would feel. So I actually think they're making a big deal about the ASL not talking about deep stuff. Maybe it's not going to be an issue.
Well,
right. Maybe can't they just use she can just talk into a routine translator app
and he'll just type it out.
And it may be that they edit it in a way that it's quick, like they do on the tell-alls when they just translate everybody.
That's true.
So we'll see. Anyway,
I don't know. We get to see if they bang soon.
I wonder, do you think there's going to I'm trying to think of ahead to David on the tell-all talking mad shit to someone in ASL. That'll be interesting.
Oh, yes. Boy,
they'll definitely be an ASL interpreter.
When we had an ASL interpreter at our Austin live show,
we had two of them.
Don't get me
dirty shit that we said, and they just did it.
And they just did it.
That's awesome.
I mean, it was worth it because it was fucking Texas. So like in California, we would have gotten that but in Texas, they don't give a fuck. So we personally had to pay a shit ton of money for it. But it was still
you have
worth
to have two. And we're like, fuck.
Whereas in California, you get everything for free. Someone will show up. They're like, no, you're going to have to pay thousands of dollars. And we're like, fine. We want everybody to feel included.
But you know what? It was fucking worth it.
It was worth it.
Those ASL. When
At one point, Jake said, and I had rivets of cum all over me. And we see this poor man, ASL just going
rivulets of semen. And he went like this.
And it's just and the thing is, do you think they're going to turn red or be embarrassed about it?
Not at all.
They acted like they just said, I just pulled up the QED report for the third quarter, and they just kept rolling with it.
And we said, thanks for that. We're sorry, we didn't know that some of it was blah, blah, blah. They're like, no, it's all fine. Thank you so much.
It's fine. Where's my check?
You all were very professional.
Yeah, where's my money?
That's amazing. Oh,
That's great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. On that note, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us, guys.
What a way on rivulets of semen. If that's not the way we go,
semen.
That's not the way we go out. And I'm hoping that Barbra Streisand's nominated for an Oscar this year for Funny Games.
Yeah, maybe she'll finally get one. That young upstart.
Get the dessert. We appreciate y'all having us.
Well, this is part 2 of a 2-parter. You can listen to part 1 over at Reality Gaze.
Yes.
Yes.
Where else can people find you? Let them know.
Realitygaze.com. Sorry.
Realitygaze.com. It's not porn anymore. It used to be porn. It's not
It's
anymore.
not anymore.
We got it.
Are you going to buy rivuletsofcum.org and redirect it?
Oh, that's a great idea.
I already bought it while we were talking.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
true. If you do go to picklefinder.net, you will be redirected to us, I believe.
Yeah, picklefinder.net. Or you can find us on Instagram at Reality Gaze Podcast. You can
Probably
find us
doesn't
on
work now.
the TikTok at Reality Gaze and Twitter at Reality Gaze Pod. And we're on YouTube. We're on YouTube too. If you want to listen to us.
Brave
on YouTube.
souls.
So,
Yeah, we're a podcaster on it, so people can find us, but we don't get any ad money or anything for that because some people like to think that some of our theme songs sound like real songs, and we promise they're all written by
not.
us.
Some people said that our song sounds like the Love Boat theme, and I don't hear it.
Not familiar.
Honestly.
We don't get it. We don't hear
Not
it.
familiar. Not familiar.
Not familiar.
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it.
No.
I don't hear it. Completely originals by me.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, guys.
We love a gay cray. Thank
We
you
do.
for being here.
We love
Talk to you
y'all.
guys. We'll talk
see
to you
your
guys very
annual-
soon.
Oh.
Bye.